Greetings and salutations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Okay. Said this once, I've said it 1,000 times, particularly in a coaching environment, because ultimately a lot of things come back to this one topic, and the topic is intuition. And I'll say it every time. Your intuition, my intuition, everyone, all 8 billion of us on this planet's intuition is undefeated. It's never been scored upon. It has never had any competition to it whatsoever. What in the Sam hell are you talking about, Mr. Buff Gandhi? I'm talking about this. When I first started as a young fitness coach, fitness trainer, whatever you wanted to call me, I would read a lot of psychological books. You've heard a lot about my past. My mom was a psych nurse, and so mental health was like, or psychology just in general was a large interest of mine. I used to read the DSM book when I was like 10 years old. So psychology, the way the mind works and its interaction with the body, has been a very vast interest of mine. So when I started as a young trainer, I would read all these different psychological things because I realized that people's behavior was more dictated about their psychology and less about their, need to want to eat pizza. Well, I came upon this book, and the book was about, it was written by an FBI agent, and he was taking people through all these cases that he had worked on. And he used to ask these people after such atrocities would happen to them when they were abducted, kidnapped, or worse. He would ask them, was there ever a point in which you felt something that you knew the situation wasn't right? And in every single situation, the answer to that was yes. I knew something wasn't right, but I ignored it. Intuition. Your intuition is undefeated. In every situation that you have ever been in, the GPS, the compass, your guide, basically something that's routing you through life, is telling you something about situations. Now, if you've ever been criticized for being oversensitive or overthinking situations too much, it's possible that your intuition has come into play, but yet you have to rationalize it with logic. Now, logic is great. It's sadly unutilized in this environment that we're in today. But when we try to apply logic to something that we feel, sometimes the wires can get super crossed. So I go back to this. Your intuition tells you and guides you in life. Pay attention to it. How do we do this? Well, we have a frame of reference. We've lived on this planet long enough to know that, hey, I knew that didn't feel right, but yet I did it anyway. Okay? Pay attention to that when that happens. That's the red flag that's waving. It's like, hey, listen, something isn't right about this situation. It could be as innocent as the way you feel about certain people, or it could be dangerous situations that you may put yourself in. It also could mean about your position in life and where you're headed. Is the job that I am doing right for me? Is the relationship that I am in good for me? Am I developing a negative story around this narrative that I acquired when I was young that's hurting me and causing me to suffer current day? Your intuition is undefeated. Pay attention to it. It guides you. It's really part of this master plan that you've developed as yourself to authentically be who you are. Because that's all the world requires. It really does. Is for us to actually step into who the hell we are and start acting like it, and stop playing some avatar or something that we've created because we think that's what the world wants from us. At the end of the day, to be authentically yourself is the greatest thing that you could ever do for yourself. So I go back to this. Start paying attention. Awareness, acknowledgement are superpowers. And when you really start to tap into that, when you really start to listen, instead of letting the world distract you, let entertainment distract you, let people distract you, everything else is easy breezy. Hashtag value if you found value in this video. Buff Gandhi.